Do you feel like you're drowning in spreadsheets, receipts and numbers that never add up? Keep watching, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to use AI to make accounting feel way less painful, even if you're not a numbers person. If you're tired of wasting hours on boring tasks, this might change how you run your business forever. Now, before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Let's get into tip number 1, which is to use AI to automate your bookkeeping. You don't need to manually categorize transactions anymore. It's a broken system. I recommend using AI-powered platforms like QuickBooks or Xero that learn your behavior over time. It's not about saving just a few minutes, it's about ending the daily grind of correcting your books line by line. One of my clients went from spending 10 hours a month to just 45 minutes. That's real time that you can invest in growth and not admin. Now, here's a truth that most people like to avoid. Connecting your bank feed is like giving your future self a raise. Now, if you're still manually uploading CSV files or typing in expenses, then you're bleeding time. Now, I would suggest that you link your bank and your credit card accounts directly and let AI pull transaction instantly. This alone reduces 80% of common accounting mistakes, especially those sneaky duplicates. Most people don't realize that account automation doesn't have to feel robotic. A smart move is setting up simple rules inside your accounting system, like any Uber charge equals travel or Google equals ads. The transformation here is your peace of mind. You're not just saving clicks, you're building a predictable, low-stress money system that runs in the background. Cash flow forecasting with AI isn't about predictions, it's about control. You can use tools like Float or Pulse that use machine learning to predict your actual future. One business owner that I worked with discovered they had 45 days of cash left before it was too late. That kind of clarity is game changing. You're not guessing anymore. You're acting early. You've probably heard that multi-entity accounting is a nightmare, but it doesn't have to be. Tools like Bookkeeping handle multiple business accounts using AI and learn how each account behaves. If you've got a Shopify store, a freelance gig and a coaching program, this setup brings them all into one view. I've seen people go from spreadsheet chaos to clean dashboards in a week, so let's kill the myth that cloud backups are optional. Now, if you're keeping financial data only on your desktop, you're one crash away from a disaster. I recommend cloud-based AI platforms that save your info in real time. You'll sleep better knowing that even if your laptop dies, your books don't. Here's what nobody talks about. AI doesn't replace your judgment, it frees it up. I always suggest reviewing AI suggestions on a weekly basis and not monthly. You get the speed of the automation and the insight of the human brain. That's the hybrid workflow that wins in 2025. Not all robot, not all manual, just smart. Now, I've put together some free training resources to help you build an online income stream using AI. Go and click the link below in the description to learn more. Now, back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to use AI for smarter invoicing and payments. Let's be real, chasing late payments is awkward and exhausting. AI can send reminders that sound just like you and not like a robot. I helped a client automate reminders with personalized copy, and they cut overdue payments by 70%. If you want consistent income without just checking in emails, this is how you do it without feeling like a bill collector. Now, here's a hack that no one is using. You can turn your time logs and project notes into invoices with AI. Tools like FreshBooks do this by reading your calendar and your logs. I worked with a designer who cut her billing process from 2 hours to 10 minutes per client. You're not just saving time, you're also making sure you don't leave any money on the table. Recurring billing isn't just for SaaS companies. It's your ticket to the stable cash flow. Now, if you're working with monthly retainer clients, I would recommend setting up recurring invoices with auto pay built in. You won't believe how much smoother your months feel when payments just show up. There is no chasing and no gaps. just cash flow that you can count on. Now, nobody tells you this, but most fraud starts with tiny mistakes that you don't catch. Now, AI tools can flag weird behavior, like someone paying from a new IP or a charge made at 2 a.m. A client of mine avoided a $2,000 scam because the AI noticed a double charge within minutes. This isn't just software, it's your invisible financial bodyguard. Now, if you want faster payments, give clients fewer steps. You can use AI to insert the right payment link based on the client's location or their currency. Stripe and PayPal do this now. I've seen invoice completion rates go from 65% to 91% just from this change alone. It's not just convenience, it's conversion. Now, here's the unpopular truth. You don't need a bookkeeper to track who paid what. Now, AI matches payments to invoices instantly and with more accuracy than most humans. I would suggest that you let AI handle this part and reserve your human energy for stuff that actually moves your business in the right direction. So stop sending boring invoices, it's actually hurting your client experience. You can add a short, friendly message at the top that the AI can then personalize based on your past interactions. When clients feel acknowledged, they pay faster. And no, this isn't fluff, it's behavioral psychology, and it works. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use AI to prepare for tax season all year long. Here's the hard truth. If you're waiting until tax season to organize your stuff, you're already behind. I recommend using tools like Keeper that flag tax deductible items automatically. This isn't about saving a few bucks, it's about turning every purchase into a strategic decision all year long. Mileage tracking is the most underrated deduction and most people forget about it. I worked with a coach who drives to local meetups. AI tools like Hurdler now auto-log their trips. She discovered an extra $1,200 in legit deductions just last year. Now, that's not a gimmick, that's a weekend getaway paid for by driving smarter. Now, income sources matter more than totals, especially if you want to scale. I would suggest using AI to break down income by source, such as courses, coaching, affiliate, and freelance. You'll see what's actually profitable versus what's just vanity income. Now, one guy realized 70% of his revenue came from his lowest effort service. That changed everything. Now, working with a CPA doesn't mean handling them a mess. You can export clean AI reports that actually make their job easier and save you on fees. A messy P&L costs you in time, confusion, and sometimes even your refund. So you want to make it easy for your accountant to save you money. Tax code changes and Google won't keep you safe. AI platforms adjust in real time, so you don't need to chase blog updates or IRS news. One year, a client of mine caught a deduction change the week before filing because the AI flagged it. That's not luck, that's just leverage. So you can simulate before you spend, and that's the new game. AI tax planners can run what-if scenarios. So if you want to know what happens if you hire an assistant or write off a new laptop, it will tell you in just a few minutes. Now, you're making proactive decisions here, not expensive guesses. The number one mistake people make is not saving for taxes throughout the year. Now, I would recommend using AI to estimate your taxes monthly and set aside a percentage. One of my students avoided a $7,000 surprise this year because he followed this habit. Predictability isn't boring, it's very powerful. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to use AI to grow your online business with financial insights. If you don't know your numbers, your business is running blind. You can use dashboards like Fafum that translate your financials into plain English. I worked with an online seller who couldn't read a profit and loss sheet, but now she makes strategic product decisions because AI made the data much more easier and it made sense. So stop assuming your best sellers are your most profitable offers. AI can reveal the truth, like that the high ticket coaching package that looks great but has hidden costs. I would suggest doing a profit per offer analysis every month. Most people realise that they've been pushing the wrong thing for several years. Growth isn't luck, it's simply forecasting. Now, AI shows you revenue trends based on seasonality, spending habits, and client behavior. I had one business owner pivot her launch date because the AI predicted a dip, and she doubled her usual sales. That's not magic, that's just math with a brain. Now, you don't need an MBA to understand your margins. I recommend tools that speak in visuals and summaries, not accounting jargon. One of the best things you can do is schedule 15 minutes a week to review. You'll feel less overwhelmed and more in charge instantly. You can set goals and get nudged, and it works. You can set some financial goals in these AI tools and they'll alert you when you're close or if you're slipping up. It's like having a coach in your pocket who actually remembers the stuff that you generally forget. Now, motivation meets real-time data. Not all clients are equal and AI knows it. You can use tools like rank clients by profitability, payment speed, and engagement. If you want to scale, you can start by serving the right people better and letting go of the ones that are draining your energy. Compare yourself to your industry and not just your past self. Tools like Sift use anonymized data to show you how you stack up against similar businesses just like yours. That's the kind of benchmarking that reveals if you're falling behind or you're ready to lead. So don't fly blind anymore. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use AI to control your expenses and protect your profit. The truth is, most people don't realise they're leaking money until it's too late. I recommend using tools like Expensify or Truebill that flag unusual charges automatically. One client of mine discovered 3 overlapping software subscriptions that she hadn't used in several months, and she saved over $600 in 5 minutes. And more importantly, she got back control over her spending habits. You can't cut costs until you see them very clearly, and spreadsheets just don't cut it very well anymore. AI tools now group your expenses into visual dashboards so you can spot trends instantly. You'll notice things like, why am I spending $200 a month on random food delivery during work hours? These insights don't just save you money, they change your behavior. There's a big myth that being lean means being cheap, and that's just simply not the case. I suggest that you let AI show you which expenses bring in real ROI and which are just distractions. One solopreneur that I worked with cut out $1,100 a month in low ROI spending and reinvested it into ads that doubled her leads. Now, lean isn't just about cutting, it's about reallocating. Your emotional spending habits show up in your business, and AI doesn't judge. If you ever justify late night purchases because it's for the business, then let AI run monthly reviews of your discretionary spending. You'll start to see some patterns that you were blind to, such as buying tools that you never even log into. And that clarity, it's uncomfortable at first, but freeing you up in the long run. Now, an easy way for you to stop overspending is to set smart limits inside your tools. Many AI expense apps let you assign budgets per category, and they'll warn you before you go over. This works wonders for people who hate budgeting, which is many of us. Now, you're not being punished, you're just being reminded, gently, intelligently. And here's the unpopular opinion. Most financial stress comes from uncertainty, not actual lack of money. When you know where your money is going and what it's doing for you, that anxiety drops fast. I've seen clients go from I'm broke, I'm failing to I'm just inefficient but flexible but fixable in 1 week with the right AI reports. That mental shift, it's worth everything. Now, I strongly suggest reviewing your AI generated expenses report on a weekly and not just monthly basis. The sooner that you spot a weird change, the faster you can course correct. Now, one business owner that I know found out her VA was billing twice by mistake, and she caught it the same week and saved hundreds and kept the relationship intact. That's the kind of outcome automation that can protect for you. Let's now move on to tip number 6, which is to use AI to catch mistakes and crush tax season without the panic. Let me tell you something that most people won't admit. Even smart entrepreneurs mess up their books, and those mistakes, they snowball. I've seen people forget to log invoices or mislabel income for months, AI tools like Bench or Xero use smart tagging and error detection to catch the stuff that you'd miss when you're tired or you're distracted, or you're just trying to survive a Monday. Now, if you've ever felt totally lost during tax season, then you're not alone, and it's not your fault. I suggest using AI-driven reports that auto-generate your profit and loss statements. You can categorize your transactions and prep summaries that actually make sense. I had a freelancer client who cried during her first tax season, and now with AI, her accountant says she's the most organised client that he has. Now, one myth I hear all the time is that you need a CPA to avoid audits. That's simply outdated. AI tools can cross-check every entry and alert you if something looks off. I've seen entrepreneurs avoid audit red flags just because their AI tool caught a duplicated deduction or a missing invoice. That's real, that peace of mind, it's worth every penny. Now, if your receipts are scattered across email, your car, and a dozen shoeboxes, and to help you fix this, you can use tools like Dext or QuickBooks that let you snap a picture of a receipt and log it in real time. It turns the chaos into clarity in seconds. Now, one e-com seller that I worked with had over 300 receipts stored in random folders. AI sorted them by category in under 30 minutes, and that was a game changer. So here's what no one tells you. Waiting until tax season to get organised is where the pain starts. I recommend setting up AI to do the real-time categorization because that's the way you're always ready. Now, one digital course creator that I worked with used to dread April, and now she just exports the file, sends it to a tax pro, and she's done in a day, and that's the freedom. So if you're still doing this stuff manually, then you're wasting precious time and brain power. I would suggest that you treat your time like it's more valuable than money, because it really is. AI takes care of the grunt work so you can focus on growing your business, not fixing numbers that never quite add up. This shift helped one consultant free up 6 hours a week. That's not theory, that's her actual calendar. Now, one of the smartest things you can do is train your AI system on your habits very early. The more it sees how you categorize, the better it actually gets. That means fewer corrections later, less confusion, and a smoother workflow that's actually personalized to your business. You're not just automating, you're teaching your system to work like an extension of your brain. Let me now give you tip number 7, which is to use AI to predict your cash flow and stop guessing about your money. If you're constantly asking, can I afford this? This is your sign to stop guessing. I suggest using AI forecasting tools like Float or Pulse that show you where your cash is actually heading over the next 30, 60 and 90 days. Now, one freelancer that I helped was worried that she couldn't hire any help. AI showed that she had a slow month coming, but big invoices after that, and she hired strategically and not emotionally. Now, most people don't have a money problem, they simply have a timing problem. The key thing here is that AI can predict when your money will land and when it will actually leave. That lets you plan around dry spells instead of panicking when the bank balance drops. Now, one of my clients used to avoid looking at her balance out of anxiety. Now she checks it with confidence, knowing what's coming. And you've probably heard that cash is king, but no one tells you how to actually see it. AI gives you daily cash flow snapshots that break down how much is tied up in unpaid invoices, subscriptions, and upcoming payments. You'll stop making emotional money decisions and start making smart choices. This one shift helped a course creator finally stop impulse spending when launches felt slow. Now, here's a controversial truth. You shouldn't always reinvest profits right away. I suggest you let AI show you how much of that profit is actually available cash, because revenue equals ready to spend money. One client launched a new offer and got excited, but AI showed the funds were already committed to ad spend. That saved him from an overdraft and helped him reinvest next month without any stress. So don't rely on gut instincts alone. Your brain's not wired for financial prediction. AI tools can simulate what if scenarios, like what happens if I don't land a client next month, Or what if I double my ad budget? That's not just planning, that's playing chess with your business instead of checkers. Smart forecasting changes your strategy before the problems hit. Now, if your cash flow feels unpredictable, it's probably because you're tracking it backwards. I recommend using AI that learns your income rhythms, not just static numbers. One coach that I know went from income spikes and dry spells to consistent paydays simply by using AI to time her offers and expenses more wisely. She didn't change her pricing, she just changed her timing. Now here's the mindset shift. Cash flow isn't just math, it's peace of mind. You'll sleep better when you know you're covered for the next 60 days. That emotional safety net creates space for creativity, growth, and smarter decisions. AI gives you back control, and that's the real win. Well, that's it for today. 7 powerful tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, then don't stop here. Take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website where you can get some free training resources to help you start generating online income streams right away. These free resources are designed to guide you through the process of launching an online business and help you to generate multiple income streams online, so you don't have to figure it out all alone. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your business success right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have an amazing day.